What's good, YouTube? In this video, we're going to talk about the truth of journaling. Is it worth it or is it a waste of time? Let's get straight into it. So, the first thing about journaling is you have to understand that people use it as a way to get their thoughts out. People naturally like to avoid their problems. So, through journaling, they can use it as a therapist to get their problems out of their head and onto a piece of paper. For example, if you lost a family member or you got betrayed by a friend, you're not going to want to think about that situation too much. And a lot of people use drugs or certain bad habits to cope with what they're going through. With journaling is like your therapist. And with that therapist, it's going to help you cope with these different situations, these different problems in your life, and find a solution to help you move on forward and do what you got to do. You're more willing to work on something when you have an actionable step behind doing it. So finding the actionable step is going to be by going deep within your mind and journaling it and writing it down on paper. When you journal about something that is emotionally challenging, it tends to evoke those emotions that we try to avoid. The word evoke means to find depth and purpose within the world or within ourselves. So basically, like I said, those emotional triggers, emotional trauma, and emotional thought patterns that you having are going to be evoked when you're journaling, when you're writing down things on your paper, right? And what that's going to do for you is going to get you to the root of the problem, and step by step, you're going to be able to say what you want to say, think about what you want to think about, and find a way to solve that problem. For example, let's say you're on a plane and there's a kid kicking your chair behind you. You just kicking it, kicking it, kicking it. And you got triggered. You turn around and say, "Yo, boy, what you doing? Like, stop doing that shit." Right? You didn't want to respond like that. Now you got the whole plane looking at you like you crazy, like you ain't got no emotional intelligence, right? But when you journal, you could basically write down how you could have handled that situation better and how you could have told that kid to like, "Yo, I'm trying to get some sleep." You feel me? Can you not do that? You feel me? When you journal, that's how you can basically rewrite the story of a situation that you wish you could have changed. All right, so boom. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking down at my notes to get this information out to you guys nice and clear. A narrative is a structure and a sequence that often conveys themes, messages, or moral lessons that resonates with the audience. These themes explore universal human experiences such as love, loss, resilience, or pursuit of truth. Okay, so what does that mean? Right? A narrative is a story that you're telling, your day to day, your week to week, your year to year. Okay, so when you're journaling, you're basically doing this consistently, and that's gonna write a story, aka a narrative of what's going on in your love life, what's going on in your physical life, what's going on in your financial life, what's going on in your spiritual life, and what's going on as far as your goal setting and you aligning with those goals that you set in the near future. So narrative serves as a vehicle that conveys meaning to life and connections to others, or even connection to yourself. Like I said again, your old self or your future self. All right, so boom, an example of a narrative in the past will be something like PTSD. So PTSD is basically a past story or past experience that happened to you that are still affecting you to this day. Okay, what I like to do is like to change that PTSD to PTG, post-traumatic growth. Let's say you're 9 years old and you got hit in your left eye, right? You got hit in your left eye and now you can't see for 10 years. 10 years you can't see, you're still healing. There's probably not even no signs that you might get your vision back in your left eye, right? 10 years go by, you're 19 years old now, your eyesight goes back due to God, due to luck, do whatever it is, you got your eyesight back, right? Post-traumatic growth is gonna be you being grateful for what that done to you. A lot of people might be like, "Oh, yo, I was blind for 10 years. It was the best thing that ever happened to me." I'm like, "Yo, what you mean that's the best thing that ever happened to you?" They're like, "Yo, like, I'm more grateful that I could see now because I can see things differently. No pun intended. Like, I could see better now." You feel me? Like, you could start damn near having better experiences with people, better things to tell them, better stories, more gratitude in your life just because of what happened to you. So post-traumatic growth is going to be a narrative that you're writing down in your journal. Like, okay, I'm looking at this situation differently, and I'm growing from the situation because I'm consistently tapping into my thoughts about that situation. PTSD usually comes around when you least expect it, right? Something triggers you and you're like, "Oh damn, I gotta past experience that this just triggered and reminded me of, and I don't want to feel the way I'm feeling, right? But when you go deep down and you damn near like analyze what you're feeling, analyze what you went through, and you write it down, you can grow from that, and then you could damn near heal yourself through scripting, through writing, and through journaling. So when you construct a narrative through journaling, you change the mindset and the vocabulary of what you went through. All right, so now it's time to get into the how to journal part. You feel me? We're gonna break it down into the I versus them mentality. Okay, so there's two different ways to journal. You're gonna journal through a self-sabotaging way, through saying, I like to do this because I am this type of way, compared to the narcissistic version, whereas they do this because they are like this to me. Next thing is gonna be identifying problems, finding areas where you need to work on, and finding areas where you can improve yourself. Then also finding areas where you're downgrading yourself and finding areas where you're allowing other people to downgrade you. Yes, sir. About to get into the nitty gritty now. We're going to get into how to actually journal. So let's get it. It's the moment y'all all been waiting for. Let's get into it, bro. Before I get into this last step, if you haven't already, what you doing, bro? Go ahead and like the video. Like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that bell icon so you get notified when I upload. And comment down below what you want to see me post next. So let's get into this last step. Let's go. You won't see the benefits of journaling until 6 months after starting to journal. This is what actually makes it harder for people to start journaling, because they don't see the benefits right away. The reason why you won't see the true benefits of journaling is because everything takes time, bro, right? The intentions that you set, the goals, the plans that you set when you're journaling, it takes time to add up and align with your true life. Okay, so while you're constructing yourself daily by journaling, I would say you want to journal 30 minutes to an hour daily. Okay, some people might do it once a week. What I realized with myself is if I do it once a week, like let's say a Sunday, at the end of the week I would journal, I tend to sometimes just fall off of journaling as a whole. So if you construct 15, 30 minutes to an hour daily to just writing down, I'm going to get into it on the next section of what you want to journal about, but just being consistent of 15, 30 minutes to an hour every single day, spending that time with yourself to write down your thoughts, to write down your goals, write down your intentions, and write down how you're feeling, that's going to get you right. Bro, the best way to journal is to understand that there is no best way to journal, my bro. Think about it as an author and writing a book. Everybody writes their book, everybody's story is different. So there's no correct way to journal for real, you feel me? It's all about personal experience and personal growth. It's a personal thing that you're doing. So there is no right way to journal. The whole point of journaling is getting deep down into your subconscious mind and understanding how you think and why you think the way you think. Little things as far as how do you walk? Why do you walk the way that you walk? Okay, how do you feel about the way that you walk? How do you think other people see you when you walk the way that you walk? Is this how the highest version of you will walk? Is this how the rich version of you will walk? Is this how the fit version of you will walk? How can I change the way I walk? You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're really getting deep down into it. Like, you're getting down to the nitty gritty. You're just asking yourself questions and being your own therapist. So that will be the first general rule of journaling, is just asking yourself questions and being your own therapist. Right here, I got a list of things and topics that you can write about as well. So first thing I got is write about the kind of emotional experience that you had growing up. Okay. Next thing is going to be how great your week went and what can you do to make the next week better. Next thing is going to be areas in which people or your environment drained your energy. Your goals, you can set goals, set intentions through your journal and read it back later in the future. Note to your future or younger self. So your future self, you can basically write a note saying like, yo, I'm grateful that you are this rich and you are this successful. Younger self, in the present moment, I'm grateful that you are this rich and this successful because these are the people that you're attracting and these are the type of moves that you're making. Or a note to your younger self saying, yo, I'm glad that you went through this experience because this makes me the person who I am today. And if it wasn't for that experience and if it wasn't for you being strong, I would have never been here right now. So I'm grateful for my younger self. something along those lines. You could write a message to your younger or your older self. The next thing is going to be what you're grateful for. Just expressing gratitude, you feel me? Expressing gratitude, saying, I'm grateful for air, I'm grateful for the clothes on my back, I'm grateful for the light in this house, I'm grateful for the roof, I'm grateful for my car, I'm grateful for my 2 feet, I'm grateful for my 2 eyes, I'm grateful for my chain, I'm grateful for anything, whatever it is, bro. Express gratitude. Gratitude instantly raises your vibration, instantly raises your frequency. So just expressing gratitude, writing down on paper, you're gonna have a good day. Trust me. Oh, I hope y'all enjoyed that video right there. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok and social media platforms for more updates on my life. Shoot me a DM, connect with me there. Appreciate y'all.